Hello, I hope my video and
Y-
presentation is
Yes, you're
visible.
audible and the presentation is up.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for inviting me here. Uh, I would maybe start with a little bit background about you know, the kind of solution that we are actually working on and what actually intrigued us to venture into this particular domain. Uh, Rishabh and we both are the co-founders of BharatRohan, and during our college days, we used to fly a lot of drones, test our aero models during college, and we happened to do so in nearby farmer fields, and that is where our tryst with agriculture started. We have not been from any agriculture background, uh, but the kind of you know issues that farmers were facing really intrigued us, and we were daunted by the situation there, where we found that they're not able to diagnose a particular pest or crop issue in the early stages, whereas we are living in the in the world where a microfinance insurance company or multiple other agencies are using remote sensing based data for various applications to make the decisions at the right time and for the right reasons. But for farmers who are actually the end beneficiaries, were unable to find out or actually utilize the benefits of remote sensing. So that's when we thought that we want to build an organization that can cater to the farmers directly. Uh, Also, we realized that into the industry, into the food industry, there is a lot of disparity. Like at one end, there are farmers who face these crop issues, and to curb them, they are increasingly using pesticides, herbicides, and different kind of chemical implements. Or on the other side, the food industry, particularly Indian food industries, tackling with this export issue that one out of five, shipments which are going to to Europe or US, uh, Japan, China, so they are getting rejected because of the high pesticide residue content. So that's something that we thought that this is an interesting problem to solve, and that's where we started working towards BharatRohan, and we sought to actually develop a solution which is robust enough to diagnose the crop issue in the early stages. That's where we chose hyperspectral imaging, because the other remote sensing methods which are available can merely tell us the difference between whether the plant is stressed or not stressed, whether it is damaged or not damaged, but they cannot essentially tell us what kind of pest is there, what kind of crop issue is there that is we are looking at. Also, by the time the other technologies identify a particular crop issue, the damage has already been done. So by that time, it generally crosses that economic threshold level. So with hyperspectral imaging, we are actually able to do that better in terms of identifying very small chemical changes occurring into a plant. Um, and at the same time, we are also working on different other solutions for the industry, wherein we are helping large scale buyers to procure farm produce, which is grown by our farmers, the farmers who are actually using our advisory and cultivating the crop by using the sustainable practices that we are suggesting based on our drone based data. So we have two products, as we call them, as crop assure as well as source assure. In crop assure, we work with the farmers end to end, right from the seed until their crop is ready for the harvest. Whereas on source assure, we work with the large scale buyers who purchase the commodity from us. Also, they get a dashboard where each and every farm activity is provided them as a data point, um, and they can also ensure certain specific practices which are required to be implemented. So our goal is actually to meet around you know, the major 10 sustainability development goals, and all our efforts are targeted towards that. Talking a little more detail about crop assure. So we engage with the farmers right before they go on with the crop cultivation. So we first of all with the drones we identify what is the soil pH, whether the soil is acidic or basic in nature, and accordingly provide necessary conditioners for the soil so that it could be made ready for ready for the specific crop. For example, potatoes prefer acidic soil, and the other crops would prefer slightly basic soil. So accordingly, we provide the conditions to the farmers. Post that, we also begin our survey to understand what is the germination rate. What kind of seeds would be suitable first of all, and then what is the germination rate. And when the crop attains a certain height, which is say 30 centimeters, we begin our drone-based crop monitoring to identify what are the crop issues that crop is going through. Then, at the fruiting stage, we try to understand what is the when the crop is going to mature, and accordingly we can make recommendations for the farmers regarding the harvest. Now, in terms of the industrial buyers, we provide Source Assure as a product, wherein they are provided with the dashboard, which is basically a function of the QR codes that are added onto the along with the label onto the material that is being sourced for the farmers, and each farmer is provided with a QR code, which is which actually helps us to trace what is happening on the field. Just to give you a small example here, so just recently, China has banned some 9 chemicals which should not be present into the imports which are coming into the country. And as a result, a lot of exporters that we were working with asked for a specific commodity where those chemicals would be are absent. So we recommended those kind of solutions only to our farmers, and that's where we also provided a dashboard so that they can actually see what activities going on the farms, and that's how they were also able to procure the commodity which was free from those chemicals. And also at the same time, BharatRohan ensured that farmers are facing the right kind of implements at the right time, and also are able to control the amount of pesticides which are going in with using the early diagnosis of crop issues. And how we are able to do that is with the use of hyperspectral imaging. So hyperspectral imaging basically, as human beings, our vision is limited to around 3 colors, which is red, green, and blue. However, with hyperspectral imaging, we can see more than 120 colors and their combinations. And that is something that enables us to even recognize what kind of secretions are going into the plants, which cause very minuscule color changes onto the foliage, onto the plant leaves. So picking up those biomarkers, we actually diagnose the crop issue and provide it to the farmers. Here is some of the examples of the impact that we have created. On the left, you can see the farmer who was not a subscriber farmer. His crop was completely damaged by a pest called BPH, brown plant hopper. Whereas on the right, the farmer was using the advisory. He was provided with the advisory at the early stage and could save the crop from the loss, and is ready for the harvest. So as you can see in the center, the drone map where we're seeing these fields. In terms of the impact, we have managed to increase the profit margin for our farmers to around 26%. At the same time, we have enabled the increment in their total yield. And our business model is very simple, wherein we work with the farmers and charge a small fee for the drone-based crop monitoring. We work with the various channel partners like farmer producer companies, NGOs, and other agri input companies. And at the same time, for the revenue coming in from the farm produce, we basically earn an arbitrage in while we supply this to institutional buyers. So we have multiple buyers who are engaged with us, and we are adding some more and more institutional as well as international buyers for the farm produce. So we are planning to scale our operations to around 5 lakh acres in coming 3 years. And also, we are looking to extensively decentralize our data collection, wherein we are looking to partner with different farmer-based companies and village-level entrepreneurs who can, use the advisory that we provide, but by uploading the data onto our dashboard and getting the outputs directly delivered to their farmers. So that is something that we have basically set out for recently. Uh, we are backed by very proficient advisors like Dr. K.D. Singh, who is a PhD in hyperspectral remote sensing and has been serving the federal government of Canada. We are also working with Dr. S. N. Sushil, who helps us in diagnosing the issues and also making the right recommendations for the farmers. We also work, are supported by Dr. Arjun and Dr. Pankaj Srinivasan in their areas of expertise. So far, we have raised some seed funds from different impact organizations, and we also supported with the working capital that we require. So we have managed to serve around 6,000 farmers, serving around 20,000 acres of area, and we are set out to add more than 180,000 acres of area in next 7 to 8 months, as we have brought in some new partnerships from the carry out of work. In future, we also plan to launch a carbon farming program, which has already been started to work around, and then offer an additional source of income to the farmers who are following sustainable practices with us. So yeah, that's a brief from my end. Would be happy to answer any of your questions.